22nd and I just started Hey guys, it's Casera, and today I'm going to be doing my book talk and reading vlog for the Fitz and the Fool trilogy by Robin Hobb. For those of you guys who don't know what the Fitz and the Fool trilogy is, it's the last trilogy in the realm of the Elderlings, which is such an amazing series. It's one of my all-time favorites. I read it for the first time this year, and it's so good, and I really enjoy it. So it is the third trilogy following the characters of Fitz, Chivalry, Farseer, and the Fool, and like everyone else in the series. And it's so good. Also, just a reminder, this series of videos that I've been doing, they are spoilery. So these are meant for people who have read the series, not for people who haven't read the series yet. Don't worry, I will be doing a spoiler-free talk of the realm of the Elderlings as a whole. But for the vlog and for the book talks, there will be spoilers in it for all of the realm of the Elderlings, because this is the last trilogy in all of the realm of the Elderlings. So it has spoilers from all of the other books in it, as well as spoilers from the Fitz and the Fool trilogy itself. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the vlog, and I will talk to you guys afterwards. It's Thursday, August 22nd, and I just started Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb, which is the first book in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy. I'm so excited for this. You guys have no idea. I loved the Tawny Man trilogy. I loved it so much. I actually did an entire video just on the Tawny Man trilogy, so I'll link that up in the cards for you guys so you can check that out if you want. I'm so excited for the Fitz and the Fool trilogy. You guys have no idea. I'm currently listening to it on audiobook just because I didn't have any other audiobooks to read, and I have tons of physical books on my TBR right now. This was not on my TBR right now. I was gonna wait till next month to start it because I finished the Rainwall Chronicles this month. I read City of Dragons and Blood of Dragons early on in this month, so I had planned to wait till next month to start the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, but then I just decided to go ahead and do it because I didn't have any other audiobooks, and it's available at my library, and I wanted to get to the series, like, now. So, yes, I started it, and I'm like 6 hours into the audiobook because that's just what happens when I pick up one of these audiobooks. So far, I'm a little baffled by the whole baby thing that's going on. I have a feeling that the baby is the next White Prophet or something like that. Like, I just have a feeling, because just like the coloring of the baby, the weird pregnancy, the size of the baby, everything, I think the Fool did something so that Fitz would have the baby. I don't know how, but that's just my take on it. It should be interesting how this goes, though. I'm really glad that Fitz gets this opportunity, though, because he never got it with Nettle and Dutiful. And Dutiful doesn't even know that Fitz is his dad, biologically. Definitely really enjoying it and excited to continue on with it. Okay, so it's Friday, August 23rd. I've made a lot of progress on Fool's Assassin. I have no idea where this book is going. Like, I have absolutely no idea. Also, the chapter that I just started, I'm right there, by the way, and the chapter that I just started is from Bee's point of view. The baby, Bee, her point of view, which is weird because I feel like, with the exception of the Liveship Traders and the Rainwall Chronicles, we only ever get Fitz's point of view. So it's super weird that we have someone else's point of view now. And it's not like the Tawny Man trilogy where you kind of get Dutiful and Nettle in there when Fitz is like skilling to them. This is like legitimately from Bee's point of view. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm excited to see where it's going. I don't like the audiobook. Oh my gosh, the audiobook is really annoying me, especially Bee's point of view chapter, so I might switch to the physical book permanently rather than listening to the audiobooks for these, because generally I switch between the physical and audiobook with the series. I've always liked the audiobooks a lot. Every single one, even though, with the exception of Anne Flosnick, who does both the Rainwall Chronicles and the Liveship Traders, the other two series have different audiobook narrators. And then this one, of course, has a different one than the Tawny Man and the Farseer trilogy. And I really enjoyed both the Tawny Man and the Farseer trilogy audiobook narrators. But I don't know what it is about this one that I don't like it. Oh my gosh, how did this happen? Robin Hobb just lulled me into a false sense of security for 20 hours and then you drop a bomb like that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's Saturday, August 24th. Yesterday, I was listening to the audiobook of this one, and the audiobook has grown on me. I don't hate it as much. I made the mistake of listening to it as I was going to sleep. So because this is a book that I've read for the first time, I was a little bit more paying attention to the plot than I normally would. So I would like put on my sleep timer, and then the sleep timer would end and I would still be wide awake. So I'd put it on again, and then it would end and I'd still be wide awake. I ended up staying up till like almost 3 in the morning listening to the audiobook for this while I was trying to fall asleep. So for the like majority of this book, it reminded me a lot of Assassin's Apprentice, which is like probably my least favorite Robin Hobb book that I've read so far. In that being, it was following Bee's early life, and then out of nowhere, the Fool shows up, and he's dying now, and oh my gosh, I don't know how this happened, and like Fitz is going through a pillar to heal the Fool, but like there's poison in him now, so I don't know if this is gonna work. I have a feeling the Fool's dead. I don't know, but if it was dead, then wouldn't the Fool just have died without going through the pillar? Maybe they can heal him. I don't know. I really hope they can. I haven't gotten that far yet. Also, Bee is totally the Fool's son. Yeah, she totally is. I was thinking that the whole time, and the only reason Fitz doesn't see it is because, one, she's his daughter, and, well, she's a girl, and the Fool told him to look for a son, but it's totally Bee. If the Fool was gonna have a child with anyone, it would be Fitz, right? Just saying. Just saying. I don't know if that's true. It has not been confirmed yet, so yeah, but oh my gosh, so good. I was thinking I was gonna rate this one 4 stars. I wasn't thinking I was gonna like it, but wow. Just like one chapter changed everything for me. I was considering switching to the physical book because I really, really want to switch to the physical book right now. I just really want to dive into the last like 100 pages or so, because I'm right there now. Not even 100 pages. But I have so much to do, so I'm gonna finish this book on audio, and I'm super excited about it. Like, super, super excited about it. Okay, I finished it. I just decided to read it physically because I just didn't want to do anything else. And oh my gosh, the ending cliffhanger. I cannot wait for the next book in this series. Like, I need it right now. Like, right now. I have half a mind to start it this week. I might start it this week because Fitz is gonna go ballistic. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. I'm super excited for this. The first 500 or so pages of this book is like the calm before the storm, because I cannot wait to see what happens in the next book. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I knew it was Bee. It was Bee the whole time. They didn't realize that she was a girl. So excited. This is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna try and wait a few days. There's a few other books I'm trying to read first, but I might end up reading Fool's Quest, I think it is. I might end up getting to that a lot sooner than I had planned to originally. It's Friday, August 30th, and I started Fool's Quest by Robin Hobb. This is the second book in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, obviously. I had a lot of other books that I have to read physically, but I'm running out of audiobooks right now, so that's why I decided to start Fool's Quest, which I think was probably a mistake, just because now I'm listening to the audiobook first rather than all the physical books that I'm supposed to be listening to. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. Had some really great revelations at the beginning, so already I'm pretty far into it actually. I'm right there, like 200 something pages into it. Really, really enjoying it. So Fitz has finally come out as Fitz chivalry to the court. He's been recognized by King Dutiful, which was just fantastic. I really wish there were more interactions between Dutiful and Fitz, because there's a lot of interactions between Nettle and Fitz, and I like Nettle, don't get me wrong. Prince Dutiful was like one of my favorites from the Tawny Man trilogy, and we get very little of him. It's very much him in passing more than anything else, and I want more Dutiful in this story. Hopefully he shows up a little bit more later, but I'm really, really enjoying this one so far. So I'm at the point where like Fitz just found out that Bee is missing, so I'm so excited to see Fitz go all Papa Bear on all of this, and yes, I'm excited. Like super, super excited, because I think it's gonna be amazing, and yes. All right. Also, like, I was totally right about Bee being the unexpected son, even though she's a daughter, and she is totally the Fool's son. slash daughter. Somehow. Like, somehow that's possible. I don't know how, but it is. And yeah, I kind of like it, like, a lot. Really, really enjoying this, and hopefully I won't finish it soon because I want to kind of drag it out a little bit because there's only one more book left in the entire realm of the Elderlings, and then it's done, which makes me sad, but at the same time, like, I can't stop reading it. Like, it's not happening. I can't stop. So it's Sunday, September 1st, and yesterday I finished Fool's Quest, which is the second book in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, which you guys obviously know. It was so good. Oh my gosh. It was so, so good. That's like my initial reaction to all of these books was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? The ending of this book, like, when did Rob and Hobb get such action-packed endings? Like, like, all the other books, they don't end like that. But like the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, I don't know where this came from. But holy crap, this is amazing. I really, really loved it. I'm excited to see where some of this character development is going because I have a feeling that Shine and Lance are gonna get some good character development, which I'm super excited for. I've been like waiting for another Malta-like character since the series began. Since I finished the Lifeship Traders trilogy, I've been waiting for another character just to have the same kind of character development as Malta did. So I feel like Fitz Vigilant and Shine are good contenders for that, so we shall see. I also kind of love that Bee is kind of the fool's child also, and I love that we're in Kelsingra at the end of this one because we got to see Malta again. We got to see Thymara. I'm really, really enjoying this one. I'm excited to see them go and visit Bingtown and potentially Jamalia. We'll see. But like, I feel like it's all coming together. Like, all of the different threads of the story are coming together and I'm so excited for it. So yeah. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, I think in any of the other ones, but Wolffather, I love Wolffather. I know it's Night Eyes, but I don't know how it's Night Eyes, but I absolutely love that he's back. Night Eyes was my favorite. It like tore my heart out when he died in the Tawny Man trilogy. So oh, I love that he's back, and I love that he's helping Bee out. And yes, it's just fantastic, and I love that. So of course, when I finished that one, I had to start Assassin's Fate, which I started yesterday, and I'm super, super excited for it. Like, super, super excited. I'm actually pretty far into it now. I don't know how far. I don't have my bookmark in the right place here. I'm kind of surprised that the dragons recognize Verity as a dragon. I kind of love that fact also. Also, we got to see Althea and Brashen and Paragon. Oh my gosh. Paragon's interaction with Fitz was the best. Like, I couldn't have wanted more from Paragon. Paragon is my favorite. I love Paragon to death, and I love his interaction with Fitz. And the fact that they have the same face. Like, I've been wanting them to meet since I found out about that in the Tawny Men trilogy, and it was just the best meeting ever. I loved it. Also, the whole thing with Amber, like, I still can't get over the fact that the Fool is Amber. Like, I can't get over that fact, even though, like, it's so obvious in this one. And yeah, I'm still waiting to see where this dragon comes in because none of the dragons traveled south with them. And I really want the dragons to come help them with their revenge, even though Bee's alive, and we should probably go save her because she's in Chalced right now, which is crazy. So far, really, really loving this, and I'm gonna be trying to drag this one out a little bit because I'm already like 5 hours into it. It's like a 30-something, it's like a 36-hour audiobook or something like that. So like, I can drag it out, but at the same time, like, I'm just so inclined to read it that might not happen. So yes, really, really enjoying this. Also, I have a drive ahead of me and I'm gonna be listening to this audiobook the whole time, so I will check in with you guys after that. Oh, okay. So it's Thursday, September 5th. I've made so much progress on Assassin's Fate. Oh my gosh, so much has happened. There's just so much action, like, back to back. Like, I had to stop listening to the audiobook for a second so that I can just like catch my breath, because first of all, Fitz's death, so sad. Like, oh, this is like the closest I came to tears all year. Was not that scene, but the scene afterwards when Bee finds out. Oh my gosh, that just like broke my heart. And then right after that, Paragon goes up in the flames. I was just like stunned. I was like, oh my gosh, please don't kill Paragon before he could become dragons. I was like so sure. I was so sure she was just gonna let Paragon burn. But luckily she didn't, which makes me really happy. But oh my gosh, I was so close there too, because Paragon is one of my favorites, and I don't know if I could have handled it if Paragon went down in flames like that. That being said though, the Fool's whole prediction that Fitz would die in flames and water, like, didn't actually come true. Like, I mean, yes, there were flames involved. Yes, there was water involved, but he got crushed by a rock. If anything, it was Paragon that died in flames and water. Just saying. Paragon did have Fitz's face though, so there's that. I'm still hoping Fitz comes back. Like, I'm still hoping it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but like, I want it to happen so bad. You guys have no idea how much I want Fitz to come back. I know, like, he's been wanting to die this entire book, but I feel like he needs to come back. I don't know. I'm so sad about this. You guys have no idea. Oh my gosh. By the way, like, I'm almost done with this book. I'm getting like closure vibes from it right now, but there's still like 7 hours left in the book. So I'm almost done. I've read like 30 hours of this book, or listened to 30 hours of this book, but there's still 7 whole hours, which can be like, a lot of books are only 7-hour audiobooks. So yeah, this book is ginormous, huge. It's the biggest one that she's written, I think, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, absolutely love the ending to The Fitz and the Fool. I haven't even finished it yet, but so far, absolutely love it. It's Thursday night, and Fitz is alive! Oh my gosh. That's all I wanted to say, but you guys have no idea how excited I am about that. By Robin Hobb. So good. I had to read it physically because I just couldn't just listen to the audiobook. I had to like pick up the physical book and just like savor the ending. The ending is so good. I really, really liked it. Yesterday, I just didn't have, like, I didn't want to waste time vlogging when I could be reading. So that's why I didn't really say very much about it. But, oh, there's so much good in this book. I really, really love this one. This is probably my favorite of all the books. I think part of it is just because Fitz is like the character that we get the most out of all the characters in the series, which makes sense because there are 9 books from his perspective alone, while none of the other characters has that much in any even one book, much less 9 of them. So it's so good. I'm so glad he didn't end in Claris. Like, oh, that is what tore my heart out, was that he was ending one crushed alone in like a strange place without his family, thinking that he had always been a bad father. And there was just that thing, I think it was from the Tawny Man trilogy, where he visits the stone dragons and he's like, one day I will come back and make my own. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that. I want to see that happen. So like, it was just like, it was a good ending. Like, it all came back together. And you guys know I'm all about the long game, where I love it where authors set up things from like earlier books and series that work out in the end. And it was just, oh, it was so good. I really enjoyed it. And it had tons of great action, like not the last like 100 pages or so. Oh, such a good book. I definitely really love it. Okay, so there's so much that I'm just thinking of now that I never got to when I was vlogging. Like, I feel like I just didn't vlog this one that well because there's just so much that happened in this series that I never got around to talking about. So we're gonna start with character, and there are a lot of them, so this might take a while. First of all, Fitz is amazing. I absolutely love him in this series. Also, for some reason, I really liked Molly in this series, which is interesting because I didn't really like her in any of the other series. Like, in all the other books, except for like maybe the end of the Tawny Man trilogy, that's when I started liking Molly. But the beginning of the series, where like everyone thought she was crazy and she was like, I'm pregnant, and then like it takes 2 years and then she has the baby, like that was amazing. I loved every second of that. Even though like it's so drawn out and slow at the beginning of Fool's Assassin, I just enjoyed being in that world and being with Fitz and Molly and seeing kind of like what their life is like. That's like what I wanted at the end of the Tawny Man trilogy. Like, I wanted that feeling, and we got it, and it made me so happy. B, oh my gosh, I love B. I didn't think I was gonna like her at the beginning, but I love her relationships with people because she's kind of weird, but like in a good way. And I love that she didn't automatically take to Fitz. Like she didn't automatically like him. And there was that complexity to their relationship where at first he thought she hated her. I love that complexity at the beginning of the series. And like even throughout the entire thing, like at the end of the series, like Fitz still doesn't believe that he was a good father. I think he was a good father, but like he still doesn't believe that towards the end. And she doesn't really console him at all about that either. Not that she realizes that he doesn't think she's a good father, but like I just loved her relationship with him the entire way through. It was so, so good, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Nettle, I loved a lot more in this series than I did in the Tawny Man trilogy, because I don't know, in the Tawny Man trilogy, I really loved Dutiful in the Tawny Man trilogy. Like he was one of my favorite characters. In the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, like he's not even there. Like he's there, but I feel like he's kind of in the background in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, and Nettle takes more of the foreground, and I kind of liked her stepping up and all of that. I did get annoyed with her a few times when she kept trying to take B away from Fitz. Like that annoyed me, but overall I did enjoy her in this series, and I enjoyed her relationship with Riddle. I thought that was really interesting. It was really good. I like the way that was done too, where Eliania was like so for it. That was amazing. I like the way that happened. I also really loved that Fitz got to be Fitz Chivalry Farseer again. Like I hated that he was Tom Badgerlock in the last series. Hated it so much. So I love that he got to be a prince in this series. It just felt good. Like it was meant to happen. Like he should have been the prince the entire time, and he finally got to be a prince, and that made me so happy. A few things though. Shade. I didn't mention it in the vlog at all. I kind of just like worked past it because like so many other things happened like right after Shade's death. That was heartbreaking. Honestly, I was expecting him to die in the first book. I wasn't expecting him to make it all the way through to the last book, because like he at this point, like he's really old. Like he's Shrewd's brother. And Shrewd was pretty old in the first series, so like now that Fitz is old, Shade is like twice as old, or if not older. So yeah, I didn't expect him to live through to the last book in this series, but I think it worked out really well. Like the way everything happened, I really enjoyed Shade's plotline in this story as well, because it was a very Shade plotline. I think probably my biggest disappointments with the series were Shine and Lant. I liked Lant a little bit more than Shine, but Shine just really annoyed me from the very beginning. She did change towards the middle. I feel like there was more character growth that she could have had that we didn't get. Like I feel like there was more opportunity for her to get some more character growth in after Fool's Quest. We never got there in Assassin's Fate, so that made me a little sad. I do think Lant did get a little bit better of an arc than Shine did, especially in Assassin's Fate itself. So I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed his relationship with Spark. I thought that was fantastic. Oh, and Spark is amazing. I absolutely love Spark. I love that she is like Spark and Ash. I love her relationship with Lant. I love her relationship Perseverance. Like I think they had an interesting relationship as well. I also really love Perseverance. I love that Bee has someone like Perseverance in her life. I feel like he's a good friend for her, and I enjoy that as well. And I probably should say something about the Fool. You guys know I love the Fool and Fitz's relationship. I think it's fantastic. I love the way that was done. One thing I really enjoyed about it was the fact that the Fool and Amber 1 are the same person, but I kind of loved that Fitz liked the Fool and trusted the Fool, but did not like Amber. Like I absolutely loved that, because I'm the same way. Like I don't trust Amber. I didn't trust Amber in the Live Ship Traders, and I don't trust Amber in the Fitz and the Fool. Like I don't trust Amber, but I trust the Fool completely. So I kind of liked that like disparity, and that Fitz agreed with me. So yeah, I enjoyed that as well. I completely forgot to mention Night Eyes. Night Eyes was my favorite character starting in the Farseer. I absolutely love Night Eyes. I kind of want to reread Farseer just for Night Eyes, because he's my favorite character probably on like the Fitz and the Fool side of the realm of the Elderlings. And I really loved that he stayed with Fitz even after his death. Like I didn't expect that, and it was just like such a breath of fresh air and a surprise, and it made me so happy. You have no idea how happy that made me. And I also loved his relationship with Bee and the fact that she calls him Wolffather. I also loved that Night Eyes chose Kettricken because I always thought Fitz and Kettricken would be a really good match, even though like she was married to Verity. She didn't actually choose to be with Verity. Like, that was an arranged marriage, and I felt like Fitz and Kettricken's relationship was just a much better relationship than her relationship with Verity. So I really loved the fact that Night Eyes had chosen Kettricken as, you know, Fitz's mate, even though like it never came to fruition. I really love that aspect of it, and that Kettricken had that almost relationship with Night Eyes as well. And I liked how that whole thing played out at the end too with Night Eyes. So good. I really enjoyed it. I think those are the only like character specific things that I wanted to talk about. So we're gonna move on to plot. The plot in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, it felt like it was written by a completely different author than the one that wrote all of the previous books in this series, because the plots were so good. They were so action-packed in this series. Yes, the first one didn't really get super action-y until like the very end, and it was just like, what just happened? Most of Fool's Quest and like all of Assassin's Fate was just action, and I loved it. I loved every second of that. The arc that I loved the most was Bee in Assassin's Fate. Her arc there was so good. She was vicious. Like when she bit off Dwalia's face, I was just like, oh my gosh, Bee, you are amazing. I love you to death. And yes. So I really loved how action-packed it got, which even like, I didn't expect that at all. I think one of my biggest complaints about the Rainbow Chronicles was that it had the opportunity to become really action-packed and didn't go there, but like Fitz and the Fool did not hold back at all, and I absolutely love that about it. And then of course the last things I talk about is world building and author's writing style. You guys know I love the world building in this series. You don't even have to ask me about that. It's fantastic, and I absolutely loved it. And of course, Robin Hobb's writing style is amazing, and I want to read more by her. Like, seriously want to read more. I didn't even mention something. Oh my gosh, I didn't mention this in the vlog. I thought I'd put this in the vlog, but I actually put this in my weekly reading vlog and not in my Fitz and the Fool vlog. One of the things I really loved, especially about Assassin's Fate, is how it tied up all the loose threads from all of the series. So at the beginning, I think Fitz mentions at the end of the Farseer trilogy that he wants to, when he's ready to die, he's going to go to the Stone Quarry and make a dragon of his own. And I loved how that tied back to the end of Assassin's Fate. And then a bunch of the other threads throughout the stories tied back. Like, for example, at the end of the Live Ship Traders was very bittersweet because we found out that the ships were dragons, but like they're always doomed to be ships. So I liked that there was this option for the new ships now that if they wanted to be, they could become dragons the way Paragon did, which, oh, I love that scene, by the way. The scene where Paragon is literally in flames and then becomes dragons. So good. So well done. And I really loved how that tied back to the Live Ship Traders. It's just like all the different threads throughout tied back. That just made me love the series more and more, because I didn't fully expect them to tie back to the ending, because Robin Hobb seems to have a way of making her endings a little bit more open than I'm typically okay with. I like to have a very closed ending, so I like that there was good tiebacks to it, especially like the Rainbow Chronicles also, that kind of openness where the Elderlings are very dependent upon the dragons. Now, you know, they're skill users that could heal them so that they're not gonna die if the dragons just fly away for 9 months and don't come back because they think of humans as like ants, basically. I love all those little things that just rounded out the story really well, and it just made me enjoy the series so much more. So let me know all of your thoughts about the Fitz and the Fool trilogy down in the comments. I would love to discuss it with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I post videos frequently on this channel, so consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.